Have you ever wondered what the Satan slash Lucifer looks like when he's not transforming and shapeshifting into all these different forms? Well, wonder no more, because in this video slash audio recording, you're going to see exactly what he looks like, his original form. So buckle up, strap yourselves in, because this video slash audio recording is going to be an eye-opener, just as all my other videos are, but this one even more. So without any further delay, let's take a look at the being responsible for all the madness we're seeing down here in this realm. Alright, before I show you Satan slash Lucifer, I want to tell you the story on how I found out what Satan looked like. Well, I'm going to take you back to 2010, when the new Castlevania Lords of Shadow video game came out for the PS3. It was the first Castlevania video game for the PS3 console. I had previously played the Castlevania games for the PlayStation 2 and I found them interesting. But this one I found more interesting in particular because the reason that I bought the game, I was looking at the bosses to see who the bosses were for each stage, and I checked to see who was the final boss for the game, and sure enough, they had Lucifer, Satan there. So I was like, for sure I gotta get this game. They finally made a game with the right final boss. Who else? Satan, Lucifer, right? The devil. So I was like, oh, I'm for sure gonna get this game. They got the right boss at the end to fight. And I was like, I'm gonna get this game for sure. They finally made a game with the correct ultimate final boss. So I was like, yeah, I'm gonna whoop his ass and I'm gonna have fun doing it in the video game, even if it's just pretends, right? And the funny thing about it is that the guy that you play in the game, he actually has a whip on him. So if you fight Satan, you literally, or in the game, right? Not literally in real life, but in the game, you're actually whooping his ass with the whip. So, it was fun. It took me a while to get to the final boss because I wasn't playing the game so much. I only picked it up every once in a while. So the game was about a year old before I started deciding to finish the game and commit to it, So once I got to the ending, man, was I surprised. I was like, okay, something told me inside, this is what he looks like. I just knew it, and I was like, I can't believe the audacity. These devils put themselves in the video games, and they put themselves in movies. I mean, they're all over the place, but you will not discern what he looks like unless you have discernment. So it has some interesting clips towards the end, and I'm going to show them to you in this video. But before I do that, I want to show you what he looks like. Okay, this is about as close as you can get to what he looks like when he's not transforming. This is like a 90 to 95% look of what he actually looks like. Okay, so let's take a look, shall we? And there he is. Satan, the adversary, the devil, the serpent, the dragon, Leviathan, Lucifer. He goes by many names. He's also known as Saklas, Yaldabaoth, Samael, Gadriel, Belial. Another one of his names is the Pale Horse Rider from the book of Revelations, chapter 6. He's also known as Death. And you can tell by looking at him that this is his original look. He is an angel, so he's going to have an angelic look to him. And yes, the devil is white. There's some truth to the saying, Black Jesus, White Devil. As you can see, he has long dark hair. He has a high forehead. He's known as a being that possesses a lot of wisdom and intelligence, hence the high forehead. His eyes look like lightning bolts. And you can see he has cracks in his face and body. That's because you're looking at his animal side. When he goes on beast mode, he turns into this reptile, dragon, serpent-like creature. And we know that those animals have scales and cracks on their bodies. So that's what you're looking at here. And at one time, he might have had blonde hair before he fell. But he pretty much looks the same. You could just change the hair color. It varies from black to blonde. But this is what he looks like now. And also, he wasn't as pale before he fell. But once he fell, he lost that glow that he had to him. And I'm going to show you more screenshots of him in this video game called Castlevania Lords of Shadows before I move on to other depictions of him from other sources. Alright, here's another screenshot of him from the same source. I don't think I need to go over what he looks like at this point. It's pretty much self-explanatory. This here is pretty much the same as the first screenshot of him that I showed you, the only difference being the background. And he appears to have a lot more cracks on him here. This is going to be the last screenshot of him that I'm going to show you from this source. What I want to do now is show you a cutscene from the actual game. It has some interesting dialogue that I want you to listen to. I think it would be a lot more interesting if you watch the clip rather than just me showing you screenshots of him. So let's take a look and listen.
Oblivion, Sempiternum, Daemonis.
Congratulations. You have done well, my friend. I see you have united the powers. Excellent.
We can now end this, once and for all. Come.
Yes. Let's bring an end to this charade. Finally, it is time for the truth. Let us remove our masks.
You are the Lord of the Necromancers. The final Lord.
Now you begin to understand. Yes, Gabriel. It was I who cast the spell that separated the earth from the heavens. I knew this would force my brothers and sister in heaven to contact the Order here on earth. The prophecy was their little ray of hope in the darkness. We Lords of Shadow, as you call us, have been impotent for far too long, fixed in an uneasy truce for many centuries, each possessing our share of the power, but each unable to have mastery over the others. Until now. I grew so tired of these years of proliferation, a constant truce between the three of us, each unwilling to concede or cooperate with the others. They were too blind to see the potential in the power we held. If only it were combined. I desired that ultimate power and was prepared to probe the very depths of hell in search of knowledge to acquire it. I fought hordes of demons and became strong. Then a force so vast and terrible entered into me, expanding my knowledge of the dark arts until it reached unimagined heights. All I needed was someone to restore the luminous power of the spirits according to the prophecy, and you have been the perfect dupe. Of course, I couldn't arouse their suspicions that it was I who desired the power for my own. No, I used the prophecy as my cover. And you, my shining knight.
I will not allow you to stand in my way, Zobek.
I'm sure you won't. But you really have no say in the matter, my dear friend. I could quite easily kill you for your insolence. But fortunately, there is no need.
What do you mean?
The gauntlet will do it for me. As I told you, dark power is my dominion, forged in the pits of hell no less. There was just the small matter of the child and her protector. But you came through with flying colors. I needed your strength of will and courage to complete the quest, but I couldn't risk you becoming too powerful. I needed to control you at the end, once you had murdered them. I knew you would never be able to challenge me whilst wearing it. Poor little Claudia. Such a sweet thing.
No.
You have exceeded even my wildest expectations, killing and butchering your way to victory. There is a terrible darkness in you, my friend. Your burning desire to resurrect your darling Marie has blinded you to it. As you slept, I was able to influence you with this mask. But even I did not foresee the beast that lay within. It was all too easy to make you kill them. Your penchant for murder and death were insatiable. You just needed a little nudge, and off you would go in search of the one thing that could bring her back. Yes, Gabriel, now you finally understand. It was you who murdered your wife.
No! You lie! Bastard!
Search your soul, Gabriel. You know it to be true. I was worried she would reveal my charade to you at the lake, but it seems she had a false hope that even a killer such as you could redeem himself and save the world. Even the child, Claudia, could see her own demise at your hands, and yet she also trusted in you to the bitter end. Glorious, isn't it? God himself sees you for what you are. A cold-blooded murderer. Beyond redemption. Beyond hope. Let me free you of your heavy burden. Goodbye, old friend.
Hail, mighty Zobek.
Who's there? Who?
Don't you remember me? I came to you in the void. I granted you knowledge and power. Power that you could never have obtained on your own. Surely you haven't forgotten. In fact, I planted the idea for this whole elaborate ruse into your tiny mind in order to serve my own higher purpose. I no longer need your assistance. The power is now mine.
No! No!
Father, I come for you. Before the end, you will bow down to me!
So, he has abandoned you too. So be it. Join me. I will love you more than he. I was adored once above all others. I too didn't deserve to be cast out, abandoned. Now you know what that feels like, don't you? Hate can bring us back, give us strength, embrace it.
It is what is in men's hearts that he cares about. He loves you as he loves me. We have only to ask for forgiveness deep within ourselves and be welcomed back.
You monkeys don't deserve redemption. It is my divine right to rule by his side as an equal, or perhaps more than that.
You would rather rule in power and might than to offer forgiveness and love. This is why you are cast out, unholy one.
You dare to challenge me? You will die for your blasphemy. Your soul belongs to me.
And the number of the riders shall ever be for. Let us now cast our gaze to one amongst the four. Not War, who lies chained at the Council's feet, professing his innocence, but one who would save his brother above all else. He has many names: Kinslayer, Executioner, Death.
And here's an image of Satan as Death, the Pale Horse Rider. This here is from the video game called Darksiders 2. It's a video game, and it's all about Satan. You get to play as him, and you get to rampage your way through to the end of the game. As you can see, the horse he's sitting on, he's got a green coloring to him, representing sickness, disease, illness. Also causes pestilence, Satan does. Okay. Here he looks more fierce than what we've seen of him in the previous clip and in the previous screenshots. And here he is wielding two weapons. He's got a weapon on each hand. As you can see, the name of this game again, it's called Darksiders 2. And it's all in the name of the game, Darksiders. Letting you know that he represents the side of darkness. Those that side with darkness, Darksiders. Okay. Let's take a look at this screenshot here. Here is Death, aka Satan, with a few of his friends posing for the camera. You can see the red glowing eyes behind the mask, trying to look intimidating and fierce. You see a couple of scars on him. Alright, so let's move on to the next screenshot. Now, I'm going to show you a series of screenshots from this game here called Darksiders 2. The screenshots you're looking at here are from cutscenes of this video game here called Darksiders 2. One of the things that I've noticed about him here is his mask. I don't know about you, but that mask looks familiar to me. This screenshot here is from a book called The Great Contest, War in Heaven. The cover of this book depicts two angels fighting each other. You can see the angel at the bottom has a dark countenance to him, letting you know that this is an evil angel. You can pretty much tell by looking at the angel at the bottom that this is Satan, Lucifer. By the long dark hair, he might even be wearing his mask. He's got the same body frame and build that we've seen of him in the previous screenshots. He also has bat wings. So yeah, no doubt that this is him, and whoever drew this picture was probably inspired by forces on high into drawing exactly what Satan Lucifer looks like when he's not transforming himself. This screenshot here is from a cartoon show called Dragon Ball GT. One of the characters in the show, his name is Super Android 17, and that's who you're looking at here on the screen. As you can see, he looks exactly like Satan, Lucifer. He's got the long dark hair, the colored eyes. He's got the same body frame and build. He's got the broad shoulders. No doubt that this is him. Only here he's wearing a different costume, it seems. And there's no mistaking that this is him. So now you're beginning to understand that these entities, they put themselves out there on movies, video games, TV shows. It's just that the majority of the people, they have no discernment, so they have no idea what they're looking at when they look at some of these images. And you got to ask yourself, if these creators of these TV shows, video games, and cartoons, are they being influenced by these beings into drawing depictions of them? I think so. But that's for another talk, video / audio recording. Anyways, that's it for this video. I hope you found it interesting, enlightening, and eye-opening as I did. As always, none but love. Continue in the faith. All glory and praise to the Heavenly Father, the Son, and the Almother. Shout out to all the Malaks out there helping us ascend, be enlightened, learn. Basically helping with our transformation. Shout out to them. Shout out to all the saints out there doing the work of the Most High. That's it for this video. Till next time. Peace. Shalom.